Hello, everybody. Last one in Alabama. I'm glad I'm out of that state. There's so many legends that I could go back and look at. I'm gonna give you this last one, though. I promised you action. Here you go. The Witch in the Woods, Gadsden. It is said that she lived in the woods. She is to have kidnapped kids, children, and killed them. Her name was Torben. Now you may ask yourself, why would anyone call themselves really? Why they call themselves that? Yourself that? No one really knows her real name. If you ask the locals, the mayor. If you ask the locals, let's see if you ask the locals. Now the mayor got tired of it and sent a mob over her kidnapping, and well, the only one man came back alive, and he sent more. And this is a short version. They found a blood-filled lake, among other things. Among other things, there's like arms, legs, and stuff like that in this lake. They found this cat. They went to her cabin. She was doing all this in a cave, by the way. All the kidnapping and killing. They went to the cabin. They found a woman drenched in blood. She had long black hair. Beautiful woman, is what they say. And they asked her who she was. She said that she was Torbjorn. And they tossed a torch on her. Burned everything in the house. She even had a 3-year-old son. Burned him alive. And this is just a legend. No one really knows if it's real or not. So, what they say, weird things happen. Then, what they say is that weird things happen. One of them is like, you see a cabin, and then it vanishes. And then the others say, I think you see her spirit or something like that. Now, our client wanted us to check this out. Now, it was on a road. The grave, but there's a bunch of weird crap that happened in that cave. From people saying that there's rituals going on in that cave, to saying that the witch is, so you see the witch. Other people say it's not the witch, it's a hellhound. And some people say you even go into that cave, there's like skulls hanging from it, dead animal skulls and such. Our client wanted to see if this witch, well, to see about this cave, as well as if anything else about the hellhound, whatever. What say you? And they also say that it's not a hellhound, it's either a hellhound or a 3-year-old boy. We were prepared for all sorts of things, especially a hellhound. Now, what we saw, were we prepared for it? I don't know. I don't know if we were prepared for it or not. So, when we get ready to go, we packed up everything, and as we were about to head out from our hotel to go where we needed to go and get things done what needed to get done, Jim and Sarah got into a little argument. Now, that little argument really started to piss people off. Well, started to piss me off. Because the subject was me. I'm not going to repeat what the subject was. I asked them to please shut up or cut it out. Stop talking about me like I'm not there. And, well, you know, I had and Jim and I set up cameras right inside the cave. There was a bunch of stinky crap in there. I mean, it stunk bad. Everything from trash to dead animals to whatever else. Now, when we went to go set this up and set it up around the front entrance and the back entrance, we hid them just in case it was actual people doing this, not a ghost or animals. So we put them where people couldn't see them. You know, we tied them to trees. We put them in the trees. We put them in the very back of the cave. These things were infrared, so we really, literally didn't have to worry about too much. Well, they had night vision. We didn't have to worry about too much of anything. So we went about looking around the forest, seeing if we could find that cabin as well. It said burned down, so we wanted to see if we could find the foundation of this cabin. Now, we stayed late into the night because we wanted to see if this was a ghost of a boy or a hellhound. A hellhound we were pretty much prepared for because we've seen one before. Now, ghosts, well, we were prepared for it too. We found this so-called lake. It was had water in it, not blood. Well, we hoped we found the lake or river or pond or whatever. We hoped we did. So we went about, put up a campsite and whatnot, just in case anything happened. We hooked up the cameras and everything to our van, well, to a van that we had rented wirelessly, linked it, and we waited. Now, while we were going through this forest, I was getting a little tired, so I just sat down by a tree. We've been walking for hours. Campsite was about 2 hours back, and I wasn't having it. I started hearing rustling as Sarah walked past me. I said, "Sarah, you hear that?" She said, "Yeah, she did." I said, "Okay, stay right here. Don't move." Like I said previously, we messed with that. We seen a hellhound before, and I wanted to make sure that this wasn't a hellhound before we went any further into the forest. I didn't smell no brimstone. I didn't smell anything like that, but I did smell something like a rotting corpse or something like that. That just an awful smell. Sarah to go a little bit further in. She went a little bit further in, near the lake that we seen, or pond, or whatever it was. She dipped her finger in it and came out black. Black. Not red, but black. You see, previously, the reason why our client wanted us to check this out was because 2 children went missing 2 weeks ago. And 2 prior to that. No. the kidnappings were supposedly started to happen again. And I heard some as we started walking close, as I started walking to Sarah. Slowly a fog appeared in front of us and a haze. Then it turned to a haze and a cabin appeared. And I turned my attention away from Sarah and turned my attention towards towards the cabin. And something reached up from the water and pulled Sarah into it. I turned my attention back to where Sarah was, and I went to grab Sarah, and I was tackled by what I believed to have been a hellhound and knocked to my side. As this thing was about to reach and grab from my throat, I popped out my kukri and chopped at the back of at the right side of its head. Fell over, and then I pulled my kukri out as quickly as possible. And I tried to radio Jim, no, Tim, to come and help. The radio didn't work. So, as I'm reaching for my cell phone, what had grabbed Sarah came up from the lake, and it was a woman, and some black running off her and long black hair like in the... I was thinking, no, this can't be the witch. This can't be... She goes over, oh man, my head hurts. She appears right in front of me and just knocks me down into the tree. And I'm out. I was out for like an hour and a half. Sarah was missing, and Jim had met up with me, had gotten me up, and I said, first things in my mouth was, "Where's Sarah?" He said, "I don't know." I said, "Well, check the cabin." He said, "What cabin?" The pond was gone, and the cabin was gone. I said, "Where's the cameras? We gotta check the cameras." So we ran to the cameras and we started checking the cameras, and sure enough, the cameras were static. That we rewind the recording, so we were on constant record. And sure enough, the witch was dragging Sarah to the cave. We had to end this. We had to go get Sarah. Jim was ready. He's Irish, so he's always freaking ready for a fight. So Jim loaded up his gun, popped on his gun. We got on our equipment. I've learned my lesson. I wear body armor now. So does Jim. Whenever we go do something like this. So we hustle back to the cave. And pull out my kukri. Well, Jim does what Jim does best. Make noise. He made enough noise to get the witch's attention. Why I snuck in there? Well, he was looking at the witch. The witch was looking at him. She went to go after him. I went after Sarah. Pulled out my cookery and I started hacking at the chains and cut the chains, cut the ropes, whatever she had Sarah tied up in, I cut. And then comes the little boy, the little ghost boy. Yeah, we booked it. I told Sarah to go to the van, quick. The witch looked at Sarah, then she turned and looked at me. She was about to knock Jim unconscious. Jim thought quickly, pulled up his pistol, and fired 3 shots into her, into the chest. She flinched majorly, dropped him, and turned her attention to me. I'm no fool. I'm not about to go up against a witch. But, hell, I've done stupid stuff before. I look at her. How'd they kill her first? How'd they kill her? I was thinking to myself, fire. She's about to... She dropped Jim. I said, Jim, shoot her a couple more times. He said, where? I said, the legs. Pulls up his pistol, shoots her 5 times in the legs. She's looking at him. Just as I strike, my fire starter to the ground, covered in leaves. It sets the ground ablaze. Dry leaves always do that. She's looking at me. She's looking at Jim. She's looking at me. She comes running towards me. Scrape up some leaves with my cookery, toss it in her face. She stops right dead in her tracks. Jim hits her from behind, slams to the ground. I pull up my cookery and, well, the head comes off. She screams like nobody's business as it comes off in one swoop. And then she just engulfs in flames from the... It's like the leaves on the ground just surround her in a glorious flame. And everything. The head, everything just vanishes. Now, we had a fun time explaining to the authorities what was happening and why we were there and why there was a small fire on the ground. And while we had fun doing that, Sarah and Jim were packing up the gear. We were headed out. I had a fun time explaining to the client of why most of the footage was poor condition. But he accepted it, and we got our money, and we moved on to the next date. Well, yeah, I stretched a little bit up there, guys. Yeah, I know. I stretched it. I let you guys think that there wasn't going to be anything. But I put something out there. And I hope you guys scooped it up and liked it. There'll be more, hopefully more action ones, you know. I really like giving you guys a bit of action here and there. And I like doing this for you guys. I love storytelling, you know. It's what I want to do now. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. And thanks for the people who have subscribed here lately. I appreciate it. I'm stunned that this is showing up on people's For You or whatever they call it now. I'm stunned. For those who are looking my name up because they heard about me, wow, thank you for subscribing. I love my subscribers. If you have any comments, comment in the comment section. If you have any myths or legends that you guys want me to look up and then do a story on, please put it down in the comments. I'm more than happy to do this. I pre-record my stuff, so yeah, but I do read all my comments, which I get very little of, but I do read them. I try to answer them to the best of my ability. And I do thank you. And, well, good luck, good night, God bless.